So it's starting to feel like the only people that benefit from being in the village are the people with children.
Yeah, this is about to be good. Real good.
Okay, let's talk about this because I don't have a spouse. I am single. I'm 40. I am the auntie that shows up, and I don't have any kids.
Cooked. You just can't make this up.
And I'm realizing that when you have all of that, when you are childless, marryless, nothing going on, you get no benefits from the village. Like, y'all are not even teaching your children to check on the aunties and uncles and godparents. You know what I'm saying? Outside of needing or wanting them to do something for the kids or whatever, outside of us conversing and you passing the phone to the kids, y'all are not even teaching call to check on your auntie. She always there for you. Oh, it's your auntie's birthday. Let's make her a little card. Let's buy her a little trinket. You know your auntie love these kind of chips. Y'all don't show up for us at all.
Ma'am, where's your man? And this is a perfect example of chaos. God absolutely gave an order, and y'all absolutely hate following order. And because you don't follow order, you don't get the benefits of being out of order.
And I could be wrong. Maybe this is just like a personal experience, but I do not think it is, okay? I know for a fact that it's not.
Lie.
And it's just like, why do I even need to be a part of a village? None of y'all belong to me. I'm doing things out of the kindness of my heart, but I want to feel loved too.
$1, $2, $3, $5, $10. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You over here talking all this. Where is your man? It's very clear that you fumbled over and over again. You fumbled catches. Where is your man? So here's the order right here. Here's the order. Not that family redefined stuff that y'all like to do today, because this is Stelly Ma generation. You want to do as thou wilt, and because, you don't really care what people have to say anyway. You just move how you want to move. And the person or the people that have to reap the trauma of that is those children. And then in the event that you don't want to be with him, but you want to run off with the children, you've gotten what you want. You can just cross it off the list. I'm a mama now. And you guys, instead of doing what the scriptures say, y'all like to use your children as a retirement plan. You like to use your children as a tool that you can guilt and say, I did all of this all for all your lives. You owe me. You got to grow up and take care of me, like they're your freaking man. So yeah, there's some wild stuff going on, because this family redefined foolishness that goes opposite of God's order, that's what proves that the so-called black folks, the brown folks, they don't really have a culture, barely have a community.
And no, it's not about gifts. It's not about money. It's about feeling a love from the little ones that you have been pouring into forever.
Lie. Yeah, you might have been pouring into them forever, but they're not yours. And so then you have scallywag broads like Joy Taylor, who every time she opens her mouth, she's bragging about her nieces and nephews. And now all y'all do is talk about God babies and all this other stuff. And that's because you have a reproach. You have a reproach. And y'all, a lot of y'all are the same type of women who will look right at a man and tell him, if we get together, ain't no children coming up out of this body. Ain't no child making me fat. Like y'all are literally eliminating one of the main things that make you married and make you a family. You're supposed to create the next generation, a community, a village. And at some point, the old get to pass it on to the young.
I have two brothers that are married. They both have kids. And I have a sister who passed away. She had a son. He's about to be 19. I helped him with prom. I ain't heard from him since.
Again, because they not yours. They not yours. You got all the success around you, all of this building around you, and I bet you were determined that you were going to be the black sheep and do whatever the heck you wanted to do. You were supposed to build as well.
And I'm just like, it's almost like I feel like Effie. What about would I be Like, I'm being for real. Like,
Yeah, allegedly you're being for real now because you have no choice but to face yourself. And this is why we continue to say that most women don't start to mature until about your age, about 40s, because now you have no choice but to look in the mirror at what you are, what you look like, crow's feet around eyes, wrinkles, all this stuff. You have no choice but to look at it. Gravity hitting your body, stuff sagging to the floor, all kind of stuff. You absolutely have no choice. And then you start to look around at everybody else who didn't fumble their catch. Because for all y'all claiming that you've been fumbled, you have to be a catch to be fumbled. That's the football vernacular. And so stop acting like you was a catch, because you wasn't a catch to begin with. You ain't been fumbled. You've been punted.
check on your aunties and uncles. Teach your kids to show up for them because, like, who else is gonna carry the village?
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
We've been doing this on our own, so it's just like we carry the village. So damn, show us some love too. Going on.
Yeah, you carrying the village, all right, just like you carry the so-called black church. Because what's clear to me is that y'all play about your own lives over and over again. You play about your life. And in the scriptures, that's what's defined as reproach. And that's why you're in the place that you're in right now. And so for a woman with her prime, as soon as she graduates high school, she's somewhere in there about 22 to about 35. And y'all fumble your prime every chance you get. And what you do to justify fumbling and mismanaging your prime, where you should have been having children, getting a family together and knocking those babies on out the way and establishing something with a man, because y'all don't like to build with men because you're so amped on letting a man put his seed in you. But then after that, a family is just about me and my babies. We don't need him. That is ungratefulness. It's like us looking up to God and saying, you gave us life, but we're ungrateful for it. That man put babies in you. And so y'all constantly get rid of the genesis. You constantly get rid of the foundation, the tree that dropped the seeds to the soil, which is you. The fact that the tree stood tall, built the foundation, dropped the seeds into your soil, the harvest came, and when it comes down to it, y'all broads just don't get it, and you fumble over and over and over again. Then by the time you look up and see that you've missed your prime, you fumbled your prime, you've mismanaged your prime, now you're in your 40s and 50s talking about it's possible, and you're hoping, praying, and wishing for things that you could have expected if you move right. And so you're out here begging, you're out here moaning and complaining about other men, other women's men taking care of you, protecting you, putting their lives on the line. The things that the scriptures say a man would do for his wife as Christ did for his wife. Y'all expect that out of other women's men. It was more important to spin that and be city girls up and all this other stuff. And again, that's what you're going to justify in your older age. You're going to look back and justify how you fumbled your youth. And you're going to say, I had fun like a big overgrown child with breasts. And since men are a lot more smarter than you think, especially those ones that you claim you want men of God, well, men of God are not dummies. And if you want them to really wash away all your sins and transgressions and your paper trail that they see attached to your backside, then you would have to be extremely teachable and pliable. And a lot of y'all are not humble enough to do that because your ego and your arrogance is all in the way. And that's why it will never make sense that you'll build all of this family and let all these Negroes up in you, baby daddy after baby daddy, divorced husband, all this different stuff. You'll have all this stuff built, and you'll want that man that has nothing to do with that to look at you and those children attached and say, come into this situation, raise my children with me, cover these children, all this other different stuff that you really could have built with him, but you built it with somebody else and yet you don't stay with the person that you built that with, and then you're asking for those men, us, to come in, protect you, and you'll be a part of the village and all this other stuff. To that, we have a simple answer, and it is
No.
Goodbye, Grace.
I'm up out of here. I ain't gonna play with her. I'm out, baby. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell.